I am Fletch, and this is XCW Recall.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Steve-O. Welcome to XCW Recall. Our next guest is going to be Fletch. He's going to be dating back from April 16th, 2004 on XCW Sin. He went up against Kurt Acid for the XCW Championship belt. Now, Fletch has had an amazing career. I will give him that. He's been here since, 2003. But we do not, I'm sorry, but ladies and gentlemen, but we do not have the 03 season that as it was not filmed. I'm sorry. But, let's get back to it. Let's see how it went.
So here comes a 10-minute fuckfest. This is actually not my first match in XCW, obviously. But none of the 2003 season was actually filmed. So this would have been the first show ever on film, April 16th, my grandma's birthday in 2004. And I'm going against my arch rival, Kurt Acid. You guys now know him as Genocide.
How much would you say that you and maybe even Genocide have changed in that 20-year period nearly?
Well, obviously, Genocide and myself have gained a little weight since this time in 2004. Genocide completely changed his persona from Kurt Acid to Genocide about a year after this, and I think that my approach, writing-wise, wrestling-wise, I think it's all pretty much the same. I've been pretty consistent throughout my career, except I was just a dumb little kid then. I mean, look at the baby face. I couldn't even grow a mustache. I barely grow one now.
This is
little Dylan Bostic there.
This is 2004, so this is the second official season of XCW. Did you ever think, back then even, that XCW would still be going strong almost 20 years later?
Not in a trillion years. I didn't know. I didn't have a long-term plan. I didn't have a short-term plan. I knew that I was having fun. I was providing opportunities for people that may not have gotten the opportunity elsewhere. And wrestling was hot in 2004. So Genocide and I have already been wrestling together for 2 years at this point, and this just gave us the opportunity to showcase on our own show, and right there are the three creators in the very match together. So this is kind of a big deal in retrospect, having Fletch, Genocide, and Dylan Bostic in the same match. It's a big deal. I think that my skills definitely gotten better since then, though. Again, dumb little kid. Obviously, those things would not fly in XCW today. Boy, the commentary and everything is just fucking absolutely rotten. Interesting test of strength, though. Not really sure why Genocide would ever outstrength me, ever. He might be able to outsmart me, but he's not stronger than me.
Now, I know you've mentioned this is not your first match, obviously. Before your first match, was there any nerves? Had there ever been any nerves during any of you?
I think there's always the butterfly feeling, and there's supposed to be. I mean, if you don't have some kind of feeling or sensation before you go into a match. And obviously that fire's gone. You want to have a little bit. And I feel like I'm at a disadvantage versus everybody else that participates, because not only do I have to have the butterflies and making sure that my match goes off without a hitch, but I got to go out there and make sure that everybody's match goes off without a hitch. And that puts a lot more pressure, especially in today's world where, I'm trying to call the shots and I'm trying to produce and I'm doing all these things, and by the time I'm like, oh damn, now it's my match and I haven't done anything, like to plan and prepare. So it's tough. It was a little easier back then. It was a little more free. There was a lot more freedom. I wasn't as strict about how things went. We didn't take ourselves as serious. And it's a good thing, too, because we suck.
This is going to be my next question. Was what's the differences between wrestling Kurt Acid in 2004 and then wrestling Genocide in 2020?
Well, he was a little easier to pick up then.
Yeah.
I think both of us have kind of owned our craft now. Then we were just kind of emulating the things that we've seen other people do and trying to create the best match possible. And now we have a little more stability. We have obviously a lot more. That was a damn good kick. There's a lot more experience, and so wrestling, us wrestling each other then versus now is night and day. Which is funny because we're wearing black and white shirts. And a nonchalant count by Dylan. Good job, Dylan. That's a pro, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Bostic. Miss having Dylan around, though. Good guy. Just talked to him not so long ago. And Little Pimp's mom's pretty pissed we kept using that fence.
You mentioned Dylan Bostic, who is officiating this match. He was the first XCW champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Was there any particular decision as to why you wanted to put him as the first champion?
Well, obviously, in the start of XCW and even to current day, the plan is to not put myself over. I wanted to be able to give an equal opportunity to everyone. And, Genocide and I have had successes, and we've had experiences outside of XCW, and this was really Dylan's first outing in wrestling, and I wanted to give him that confidence boost. And, there's a little pimp getting involved, and Dylan cost Dylan a shot to the face there. Don't worry, here comes Chris Jones to ruin the day. Damn him. And I'm hot right here. Because I'm like, why in the hell is everybody interfering in my match? Like, I probably wouldn't have fired anybody. But I am mad at the ref. Why is he letting everybody in here to beat us up? What the hell? And myself, Genocide wasn't included, but for some reason I wrestled earlier in the night in the Power Title Battle Royal. So I was kind of at a disadvantage in this match anyway. This is coming off of a match that we just shot. Well, we didn't shoot it. We didn't have the footage. But in March of 2004, Genocide and I had a Wash Your Mouth Up with Soap match at X-Rated. Body slam heard around the world. It's equivalent to Andre the Giant when you're a little kid like that.
You'll never be able to do that today. Is there anything you would change about those days?
I wish, maybe not this early in our careers, but I wish that we had had the ring a lot sooner than we did. But ours, to get to the point where we are in XCW now, we had to get through this, and there's the Fletch's elbow. But we had to take this journey to get to the point where we are at now. And I actually bit my tongue going down on that pin. See, you see me grab my tongue after. I would love to see what Genocide's reaction to this match would be all these years later. Here he goes. It was the acid drop back then, now known as the 187. Boy, we've come a long way of selling. I just lay there dead. And so the whole point of this is I didn't want to take a pinfall loss to Genocide. So we just did the spot where I passed out from the pain. But I think Dylan called it a little too soon. The funniest part is at the end of this, they kept messing up Genocide's music and he's getting mad. Just a little funny blooper that I left in there. A little Easter egg. Look at him get mad. Hilarious.
So now that you've watched that match in its entirety, what are your thoughts now? I mean, after having seen that in its entirety again.
Well, I mean, as compared to XCW today, it's awful. But for the time period and for what it was, I can honestly, truly say that, without patting myself on the back, that Kurt Acid and I had the match of the show that day, but we would be outperformed just a few weeks later by Christian Cynical, and that's okay. I'm just glad to have the footage of myself, Genocide, and Dylan Bostic all in the ring together, the creators of XCW, all in the first main event, the first shot XCW show.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Steve-O, and what an amazing match he had between him and Kurt Acid for the championship belt. But it was amazing. But I'm sorry, guys. I know you want me to stay on here longer, but I can't. So, from me to you, my name is Steve-O, and we'll see you back here at XCW Recall.